I think we are live, and this is our my first ever live inside of the real world. So I'm very excited to do this. It was your idea, Arno.
Yes, it was. I'm here. I'm super excited. I'm here with a very special guest. I'm here with the inventor of red wine.
Indeed.
Yes, I am here with.
I wonder who gets that joke.
Yeah. Well, it'll be far and few between, but I'm here with the man who sleeps -1 minute regularly.
-1 minute.
I'm here with the man that owns the most desirable, beautiful car in the world, like a 1979 fire red Lada.
Damn right.
This is true. I'm here with the guy that's next in line to be James Bond, allegedly.
Well, allegedly. I can't act, and I'm mixed race, so probably not. But
yeah, it'll be
I'd
fine.
Like to. We'll see.
A powerful man of color, that could work. Yeah,
maybe. But I'm morally against it. I can't go back on my morals. I can't have a black James Bond. For
you
me
said it
personally. I've said it now.
Yeah.
So if I could act, and they did offer me the role, I'd have to turn it down.
All right. Well, we'll see.
I've got enough money. My life's exciting enough. So government's trying to put me in jail. I feel like I'm James Bond sometimes.
This is true. I'm here with Tristan Tate. He behooves no introduction, but we did it anyway. So thank you for being here. I do appreciate it. You're a very busy man, so
very busy.
It's very much appreciated. So usually I'm supposed to, if I'm doing this podcasting thing right, I'm supposed to sort of start off with a very antagonistic question. So why do you hate puppies so much, or something like that?
I love this morning. I just got finished speaking to Piers Morgan, so
wow.
I'm ready. I'm armed.
Yes,
I'm focused.
I learned everything I know from Piers, so it's going to be fine. So, how do you, to start off with, how do you deal with someone that is, overly antagonistic and obviously, is trying to frame you or put you in a bad light?
Oh, well, I mean, I don't think Piers is one of those people, first and foremost, but there are many and many and many of those people. In fact, I was just speaking with the DNG from Vice, who everybody knows.
Really?
By now. I was just speaking to him on DMs. I wrote a little thing about it when I got bored, and these people. The number one thing with anybody in life, because I don't want to make this so much about myself and how I deal with situations, but I want people at home and people inside of the real world to learn from this. So, you're going to have people who come at you in life. Obviously, I've now reached that elite level where governments and news organizations and the BBC will come after me with journalists and try to antagonize me. The number one thing that all of you need to do, if someone's trying to start a fight on you, someone in your family is trying to cause problems, maybe your partner's trying to cause problems, is always to stay calm. You cannot focus when you're angry. You cannot see straight when you're angry. If you stay calm, you have a 100 times greater chance of negotiating the situation in a, thank you very much.
Beautiful.
In a,
thank you.
Let's say an acceptable manner that will conclude things in your favor. If you lose your calm and your zen and you start seeing red, it's not going to go well for you. So I've managed to stay calm even despite all of these Matrix attacks I've suffered this year, all the threats and bullshit I've gotten over the years. Calm is key.
True. Cheers, Tristan, to 1 year anniversary of the real world.
Cheers to all of you at home.
Let's see. So I get a decent amount of people asking me, students, people talking about their feelings, how hard it is to not be overtaken by it. And if I remember correctly, your brother once described you as the most even mannered person in the world, or rather the highest stress tolerance ever. How do you build that up?
It's one of those things that you can fake, but it becomes real over time. One of the tips I give to even friends of mine, like Bailey, my cameraman who lives with me, is things are only real inside of your own mind. But when you project them to the world, they become real in everybody else's mind. Let's pretend I was suicidal, for example. And I'm not, of course.
So let's make that clear.
I never see, of course, I would never kill myself. If I never tell anyone and I never make it real to the world and I never make anyone aware of it, then am I really suicidal? So hangovers are a very good example. I said this this is the lesson I was giving to Bailey. He'd wake up in the morning, oh man, I feel like shit. I feel so bad. Blah, blah. And I wake up in the morning, oh, I feel great. Now, how did I really feel? I won't tell you. I won't tell him. I won't tell anyone on the stream. It doesn't matter if I felt terrible. It doesn't matter if I felt amazing. But what you project to the world is what you actually become. And believe me, if you walk around saying, yeah, I feel great, and everyone feels horrible, and you're the man who feels wonderful, everyone's going to be like, how does he do it? What is it about him? So when everyone's in prison, Tristan's completely calm. Under stress, Tristan's completely calm. When journalists are up on his face, Tristan's completely calm. Maybe, and I would never admit it publicly, maybe I do feel like punching these people in the face. Maybe I do. But to break character in that way is a victory to them.
Yes.
So you have to internalize it, and you have to be control. You can't let your emotions get control of you. You have to internalize it. And I'm the guy who never gets hungover. I'm the guy who's never tired. I'm known as all these things. Maybe I do get tired. Maybe I do get hungover. Maybe I do get angry. Maybe I do get sad.
Yeah.
But if no one ever knows it, eventually you build this own reputation to yourself where you expect more of yourself than negative feelings. You expect more from yourself than feeling angry or feeling sad or feeling bad. So you level up inside of your own mind just because you haven't put those stupid ideas out there in the universe.
Okay.
They exist only in your head. So do they really exist at all?
This is very
You
interesting.
can make them go away because you can change your own mind. You
Yes.
can change how
You have full control over
change how you
that,
feel.
right?
But when you tell everyone else you feel super hungover, and then you start to feel better, everyone's going to be like, Tristan's hungover, he's a little bitch.
Yes.
You've made it real. Don't make it real.
So is that similar to how you would deal with being nervous, or like the feeling before you go into the ring or the cage or
Exactly
whatever?
the same thing.
Same thing.
I was terrified every single time.
Yes. Yeah.
Never admitted it. Never said it. No one knew.
I'm
Nobody knew.
I'm fine.
But I was nervous because how was that going to help me? How was saying it going to help me?
Yes.
And you'll find that outbursts of emotion and lack of discipline and lack of self-control and giving into your feelings almost never in any situation I can even think of right now off the top of my head is that ever going to be beneficial to you in any way.
Yeah.
So, being a man and being stoic isn't about having no feelings. I'm not a guy who never gets angry, who never gets sad, but I'm a guy who you'll never know is angry and who you'll never know is sad, which
Yes.
I think is very important and very difficult, but it comes with practice.
So, all right. So obviously when you start out, like you're a human being, you have emotions, all of that good stuff. You must have trained this out of yourself. Like, did someone make you aware of the fact that speaking it makes it real, or how did that go for you?
I don't know if that's a concept me and Andrew came up with, but it's a saying that we came up with at a very young age, where we realize that talking about your problems, especially to your friends and family, if it's something trivial, of course, if it's a big problem, you discuss it with your friends and you come up with a solution. But let's say my shoulder hurts, for example. Now, I've had chronic shoulder pain for many years. Yeah. Let's say my shoulder hurts. If I sat here with Andrew and said, "Oh, Andrew, my shoulder hurts," he'd reply, he'd say, "What do you want? Therapy?" as in, am I going to talk about my shoulder hurting to you for how long? How many minutes? Okay, it's been 2 minutes now. Keep telling me how your shoulder hurts. Want to do this for an hour? 2 hours? How's your shoulder feeling? The same? What the fuck are you talking about it for? So you just need to understand. You need to understand the cost benefit of wasting time discussing things that are trivial and pointless.
Yes.
And whether or not that's going to help the situation or not. Shoulder pain is the perfect example for that.
Yes.
So what do you want? Therapy? That's something I say to all of my friends. Oh, I'm hungover. Oh, I'm sad about this. Oh, I don't know. My dog died. What do you want? Therapy? Well, you got to talk to me for 5 hours about it, and then your dog's going to come back to life.
Yeah.
And honestly, man up. Just man up and shut up. Continue doing what you need to do anyway.
It's the only way.
It is the only way.